early on in the bracket.
Oh, it hurt, and it might hurt more if Na'Vi fall as well to this Ukrainian organization. It's been a fun head-to-head from Paris to Malta, and let's see it continue with this new international Na'Vi. They go running in dark, and into the dualies, delivers death. Monte starts strong on the CT side of Anubis, and this map has just been such a go-to for them. They're very comfortable, they're certainly confident, and they will be taking this pistol round.
Yeah, nothing Ima can hope to do about it, really. 1v4, he's boxed in. And as he goes back, there is no safety for Ima here. They know he's still on long. They're holding the extremities, so it's just a matter of finding him. And Monte...
Strong words.
So we're going to need to see all that and more from Na'Vi today.
Yeah, I mean, philosophy aside, individually, players like Demko were playing out of their mind, Matthew, in that Vitality game you're talking about. It never... Wow, it never felt like Vitality were truly in that matchup, and players like Demko made that so.
Yeah, there were a couple of win conditions that definitely came together for Monte, and if we're going to talk about their CT side specifically, number one, World 2K and the openings with the AWP, many different situations where he was in the right position, and he got that entries for free against Vitality. Then you have Demka, as you mentioned, absolute beast on a tear on that first map, and then the rhythm of the rotations for Monte. It felt like against Vitality, they were never afraid to push the envelope. They were always behind Vitality as the execute was coming in. So you have a Monte that started red hot in that game, and this is happening here too. Now, for Na'Vi, the story is somewhat similar in their quarterfinal. We're talking about incredible T-sides, more than 10 rounds or equal, and this was off the back of early successes in the half. And
Waro waits no longer to make its presence known. Let's see where he starts off. He doesn't have much of a spawn. We'll be going towards that B-bomb site. Na'Vi spread fast, default. Bro, even making moves.
oh my god.
Look at this Exec as well. They've got
so
smoke
aggro.
up on stairs. They've got player out of A main. Full control for Monte. How long will you hold on to this, though?
This is wild to have this sort of real estate in the first, 30 seconds of the round is mad. Pushing all the way through dark. They've got a very clear picture of where Na'Vi could be, and that's helping Waro inform this decision to go wide for the peek into main. He plucks Ima out.
You have no chance.
4v5, yeah, no opportunity for Na'Vi to try and get that one back. And the problem is, if they try and follow through on this B play, Monte should be ready for it. With Bro still in this position down towards boat, Monte have tremendous freedom over towards B and mid. And Waro finds himself in middle on that orb. Great return from Alexi B. JL could save Na'Vi if he's able to find Bro.
Silent dropping, but he hasn't cleared him, and Bro's been checking that on timing, so it's forcing the B play now. Monte for a while only had Krasnal here down in dark. Now they've rotated another man in. They've cleared middle, they've cleared A. They know what's coming. It's apparent. 30 seconds, not a smoke to block a position here for Na'Vi. They've just got to hit their shots. Easier said than done with an AWP at back plat and a player baiting up close. 20 seconds, perfect Molotov, and Na'Vi get turned into mincemeat. Only Simple left up, and I don't think there's even time for him to do this. Crossfire established, third player probably not even needed. Simple goes in for the first. 8 seconds left now. Simple trying to find the fight, and Krasnal will not give it away. Monte deal with that first.
But they just reposition very quickly. 2 towards mid, 2 towards B. They put Waro on that opening position that we were talking about, and this is a Monte that is not skipping a beat. 3 rounds, back to back to back now, as Na'Vi is going into a light purchase for round number 4.
Don't underestimate Monte. That's what JL said that Na'Vi can't afford to do, especially not on a map like this. Your philosophy may be great, but Monte's may be greater with some of the scalps they've been taking on Anubis alone. Sure, Na'Vi, they made FaZe look silly on this map, but Vitality may be an entirely different beast. And what a great feeling to realize that, whoever wins this, and if Ents win their game, we get that potential Anubis in the grand final. Ents on a huge streak, broken at Pro League, looking to make amends. We have a couple of great Anubis teams here in this matchup today. Demka, got to be careful, pulls the silencer off. It's Na'Vi getting closer, encroaching on this A split. Waro, he's got a smoke for his backside, so he's able to fight towards middle. Through the smoke goes Young. That's the bomb, and that's the round. Demka makes it easy as Monte go up 4-0 against Pistols. Na'Vi's buy time, and hopefully Simple's AWP. He's going to
Monte a little bit of room and like trying to shut down like the Monte aggression and game plan. And it wasn't until like that game was really far away from Vitality that it felt like they realized, oh god, like this is happening. We're actually getting destroyed right now. And then they had to try and fix these problems on the fly. Now Na'Vi, slow start here. Really good look for Monte. It's how they've been winning these rounds. It's been so convincing. Oh. That's a better start for Na'Vi. So now we get to see how Monte respond to being a man down. What are they going to do in the 4v5? If they manage to turn this round back in their favor, if they can go 5-0, Monte are going to feel damn near invincible. So it's important that Na'Vi can use this 5v4 to break in.
Yeah, I like this fake out, taking a bit of main control, forcing some util out of Monte. They won't get scared though, they won't scramble. Still 3 strong at B. SDY takes his eyes to middle, where Alexi is lurking, and Simple has him covered as well. So Na'Vi are far from the commitment. This might still be an ending A split now that they know they've burnt the molly out of this bomb site. SDY moves in at the perfect time. Split 2-2. Not bad odds for Monte in this round, but they've got to get the setup in order right now. Na'Vi ready with a 3-2 split.
That flash means everything. There's no smokes. It's all going to hinge on that first plant. Everyone is hidden and jailed. Disposes of SDY, leaving now Demke, a hero we've mentioned many times, but he's alone.
He has no idea. Caught from mid-side, turns at the last second, but it's too late. Alexi B finds that kill, and with the bomb going down, that will force a save for Monte. Na'Vi on the board, and potentially with 5 alive by the end of things as well. That's big for the money. I would love to see Na'Vi not even hunt here. They know Monte have a 4 buy regardless. Just play that save game, build your own economy up.
This was a very meticulous round one from Na'Vi, very by the book. So it starts with good utility usage to kind of find Krasnal in that cave position. Once they do, they make sure they keep the entire map under surveillance. You're not going to allow any sort of aggression or information scouting party from the side of Monte. Nothing is happening, so what do we do next? We create a little bit of kerfuffle, we create a bit of chaos, a few utilities on the A side. We make sure the defense has to shift, has to make a decision. And once they've established who is where, how many utilities are left, they make the decision, they go together well packed towards the A side. This is Counter-Strike 101. That's how, by the book, you handle 5v4 situations.
Na'Vi certainly play it tight, play it safe, but they've got to build upon it. Keeping all their guns alive is a great start on this T side. Oro with a mid spawn, it's going to go A. Early AWP pick setup perhaps. Bid's one of the best entries on this T side. Oro with a mid spawn. It's going to go A. Early AWP pick setup perhaps. Bid's one of the best entry players on this A bomb site ever, I swear. He's just so good at getting it done. He's going to get flashed in early. AWP forced back. Support from Demko, who can play anti and let Waro get a shot off before he makes his move. Na'Vi want this position, but they've been cut off again by utility.
If you're Na'Vi right now, the challenge is to figure out, is it 1 or 2 CTs trying to aggress us? No smoke very often means an aggression, but how many players? That smoke makes sure they have the liberty and the freedom to clear the first few areas of that A main. But since we are 3 Ts piled up, I do believe the main punch of the attack is coming from there.
Oh, I like that one way.
Yeah, that's going to slow down the mid re-aggress, but Young leaves a bit of a hole over there. And so there is a world where Na'Vi could find this timing now. Bit of a re-aggression from Monte, right? They're going to try and take B main away, and they will find Ima here. Now they know that B main is clear. That frees up that that mid to B rotate to go back and take ownership of middle. Young reels in Alexi B. And so a 3v5 now for Na'Vi. 2 players actually in the site still for Monte, and it will just be a shutdown. Demka and Waro play well off.
I think Alexi B maybe played a little too fast, like he had to play more reactively after the aggression, after sort of the fake and the main attention, not the fake, but let's say the main attention was taken towards the A side. He would have had probably a CT moving, but because he attempts that duel so fast, then Monte know this is all the A side. Middle is clear, B is clear. We can all focus on A, and Warrior 2K and them could do a beautiful job at handling it.
I think that call probably comes from the fact that they've just reaggressed B, right? So he knows there's numbers, making moves on B main, throwing flashes. He probably thinks he has more room than he actually does in making that lurk happen. But yeah, you've got to wait for Na'Vi to get actually out A main if that split was ever going to accomplish anything. 5-1. Considerable lead here, considering it's CT side Anubis. Oh, we've got to boost up over the smoke as well. Cheeky stuff. But nothing seen down in the canals. RV once again. It's just so easy to go back into these A executes. Very limited positions the CTs can play if you get a couple of mollies in. And talking of util, there's nothing left for Monte, just Warrior's belt.
This is going to be a hard round to withstand when we're talking about late round, which we are getting into now. 35 seconds left. There's not going to be any smokes or Molotov for Monte to handle it here. This could get very complicated.
Yeah, they've got to play full reactively here. They've really got to nail these openers as players cross in. These are the opportunities, and they bypass Monte. Both the kills go against them, and that'll be a done deal on the round.
Yeah.
Nothing to slow that down. Monte were relying on winning the gunfight straight up, and Ema leaves them feeling embarrassed. So
considering that he's also playing against higher level of opposition now inside of this team, yeah, there's a lot to do for Ema, but I still have expectations for the future. Maybe even for right now here in the playoffs of Pro League. Gonna move through middle now. Na'Vi looking to crunch. They'll go through that smoke if they want, but oh, it blooms on the molly. Very good timing throw for Sumdai Young. Doesn't give Na'Vi any room to explode.
We're kind of hitting that time where Monte are going to look to make a bit of a move, right? They're 3 strong over towards B right now. They're cycling through some of this blocking util over in mid and on the B site, but eventually they're going to want to probe a little and just see what's happening here. So they'll bring Demka over from A, and they also start to pull Bro away from B, so triple mid.
Trusting in Warro, but he's been flashed off.
Oh, important pick for Warro. Swings it out into main. Manages to pluck Bit out of the pack. One man dead in middle. Sumdai Young will get picked up eventually. The rest of Na'Vi trying to get out through B main, and they also hit up Dark. JL has got that kill to propel Na'Vi into the B site. Warro flashed off the angle. Bro smoked off back in Temple. Right now, this round kind of hinges on either Warro finding an incision or this Rat Brown getting a kill with a missed shot from Simple. They've at least learned about this flank.
He's got all the info. They know exactly what's going on. Simple's got this player trapped in a box right now. He sees that close smoke. He sees the barrel, but he can't get a clean kill. 2 chances for Simple. Gone in with the wind. The flank is in. Simple has a powerful post-plant position, and he's going to hold the edge of the smoke. He knows it's coming. Takes his kill, and now needs to clutch. Simple will.
Mid defense are going to stay around here, and once Warro finds his kill, he's pushed towards CT spawn. Krasnal is basically on an island. No one is here to help him, so I think Alexiev's kill had way more value than what we thought at first, because this whole stack of CTs towards mid, it didn't really net them anything. They didn't regain map control, they didn't push anybody away. In fact, they just let death against them, and then they messed away and went back to B side. So good from Alexiev here.
Ooh. Well, this nade's going to do nothing, actually, as it falls short.
That was a good pause. Nailed that one.
Didn't jump the gun.
Experience.
It looked really good, but yeah.
Here we go, more mid-round re-aggressions from Monte. They're very good at this, Monte are. CT side kind of mid-round options. They always find a way to garner info and make plays. This round's no exception. Pushed all the way through B. They now know that it's going to be this A play. And so Na'Vi haven't realized it yet, but they're going to walk into a trap here. The backstab coming in, and Ema just goes back to check for it now, even though he's dealt with the first man, surely not ready for any more. Sumdai Young still locked in this fight in middle while Bro waits for the backstab. Hits the timing well. Ema dead in mid. Warro opens up on A and baits them into Demka. Bomb away from Na'Vi. And a 2v4 ensues. They've got 25 seconds if they want to try and go for this. It's going to be a quick bit of rooting up through Dark.
Yeah, Bro's already repositioned though. What a change of spots for Bro, going from that mid flank to the back of the B bomb site. They'll never be ready for it. They line up. He drops the bomb. If he doesn't need to peek, but Simple's given a chance, and you don't want to give this guy a shot at the clutch. Perfect plant, but he fakes it for the frags. He cannot win this round, and Monte will find 6. To be honest, I think if he sticks there, they probably run him down anyway. I don't think there's a chance to win that for Simple, as long as Monte play it perfectly.
Aggression, because they would have been weakened by it.
Yeah, and what I love about Waro is, even though he's a stubborn player, he's a confident player, he's also a very patient player. I've seen him sit on angles for 60 seconds and not move a muscle, not even move his scope. So he's happy to sit back and relax. And what that frees Monte up to do often is just leave him alone in a bomb site and play this, double re-aggression somewhere else. He's back at plant now with a missed shot. The drop down under is coming from Alexi B to try and assist, and they need him now more than ever.
JL opens, but Waro through the smoke, plucks out Simple. Waro 2K dispatched of JL on for a double. Krasnow needs this support. Demka is going to lock in the kill, and now Krasnow's able to direct all of his attention back towards the site. JL, 2 kills to the good already, makes it a 3rd and takes that dark control back for Na'Vi. Smoking it off, locks out Demka's flank. And so Sumdai Young has got to be the guy to get this retake started.
Got to do it soon as well. JL's phasing the smoke, but he gets spammed. Bit now alone. He's in a compromised position. He's tucked in tight. He can't move anywhere, and they can clear him. Can they trade him in time? Bit needs a crucial headshot here. He finds a first spray. Bomb smoke, no tap, no time. Sumdai Young going for the stick, and Bit will not abide. 4 rounds for Na'Vi.
This was the best way to go about it.
Dude, I feel like if you're Bit, you're so happy with how they played that, because you know that that's not a clutch you should ever win.
That's a crazy post-plant position. It's worth noting, right?
I mean, that's not where he wanted to end up at all, right? It's just because JL gets spammed in dark, and it's like, oh god, I was kind of walking out towards Ivy to go play around the bomb, and now I'm stuck in the worst position.
There's every expectation that he's either temple or he's deep towards CT or cave, so yeah, crazy spot, a one-and-done spot even, but the time put pressure on Sumdai Young. And Na'Vi are waking up, breaking into this T-half after all, and maybe even breaking the money. If they win this one right now, which they should be able to do, Na'Vi can go on a tear, but I say should. No guarantees here. AWP misses. Simple has to run away with that bomb, but they've got the A site.
Simple just can't get caught as he tries to rotate around, and right now he's in no danger of that happening. Monte going to learn about this A play in the worst way possible. Waro dead in heaven. And so now Na'Vi have gotten deep in all this downtime. Suddenly you're really scared about rotating in. You don't know what map control is yours, and with the smoke in the way,
you might even have to save. You might have to
guns in mid.
No one is allowing you a kill. You don't have a kit whatsoever. There's a smoke in mid, but that's it. JL has been so instrumental at finding kills that either close or turn around on its head. This kill, that punish onto Road to K Heaven, is basically the end of any hopes that Monte had in pulling this force by here. So he's been very good navigating the waters, knowing where he can position, how much risk rather he can take without really exaggerating. This is good work from JL. And Ime, once again, is found by the aggression. That's the second time Monte found him.
Those are ugly fights as well. Like, he keeps playing the same spot, and to be honest, the spot's good. It's almost anti-flash, right? If they throw it.
I'm sure we'll go back in history and look at that 1v2 from Bit as a turning point in this game.
Well, unless Monte can, put these rifles to use, right, and get back on the horse. Yeah, Na'Vi breaking the money.
Yeah, this is actually huge for Na'Vi. The fact that they're in a position now where they can go on to win out this T side, and I know that sounds crazy because we're on Anubis, right? Like, it's a T-sided map. When we look at Pro League, it's proven to be the only notable T-sided map in play. And simultaneously here, Pro League Season 18, it is the most played map, alongside, I think it was Ancient. But yeah, kind of crazy that Anubis is up there.
Finally,
that was it, yeah. And it's like Monte were actually a huge proponent of that. They've played it 7 times.
Wow.
They've won it 6 of them. That's groups and playoffs. And the thing that's been the backbone of that has actually been their CT side, crazy enough. They win the majority of their rounds on the CT side. They've put up some fantastic CT halves here, so quite often it ends up being the CT half that's a bit of a backbone for Monte on this map. The fact that Na'Vi are in a position to break through that is massive. And they could do it right now by winning this round. Monte staring down the barrel of a tie game, and they don't have much of a say as to whether or not we're going to get there. It's all bit clean double on the entry, and that's the round.
I love that. A perfect side to go to on low money rounds when there's not util to block you in main and there's only pistols. Like, where can you actually play without rifles on the A bomb site? If you're not in main, you're in trouble. Another B push, Ima with a more passive
Not
position,
having a good time.
but he's not having fun.
Well, we're going to have to see if this has an impact carrying over to the CT side. That's the only thing I worry about, because structurally right now it is not an issue for Navi that much that he falls. Some of these rounds they've been able to find solutions to come back in, but Ima is not building any confidence, that's for sure. You talk about how Navi handles this round. Once again, it's very by the book. Like, it's about optimizing all of the conditions that are at their disposal. You're talking about playing slow, leaving the utility being down, and Simple not giving away his AWP, which he does. He just actually by he goes a Monte now.
And the Galil. So they're just saving cash for later. Simple, confident display, crossing along in the open, but he's going to make it there, and he's got to play a locked-in Dark. He knows that. That's good info here for Na'Vi. Can they focus on this kill? The flash now puts everything under question. Simple waiting for his time to strike, perhaps supplemented by a flash, but he gets smoked off, calls for the boost instead, and puts the rifle up over the top. Ooh, that's more like it for Ima. Set up to succeed by Simple. Kraz now down and Dark wins his fight, and so Na'Vi can't commit. They were 4 strong at B. They've got to cancel and reset.
Yeah, they're not going to execute on it, but unfortunately for Monte, Demka has been forced to play passively. That's understandable. He was alone on his side, so there's not much risk to take, and this is the aggression. And that's a huge gamble for Monte. They're dedicating 2 players. Just like that, they've been found. Does Alexi B sniff World 2K from underneath him in the water?
Oh, certainly could. But can't lock that fight in. You felt like that was his dead to rights. And so now for Na'Vi, as they try to decide where this ends up.
They've lost track of him.
Oh, dear.
Doing it anyway. They're about to find out very soon. Na'Vi can't walk forever. They've got to make noise. Sure, Demka's going deep, but how deep does he go before they realize this is so weird? Na'Vi know he has to be A main, or at least someone must be nearby. They're going to drop in. The penny drops as well for Monte. They move back, but the AWP is posted on Demka.
Yeah,
there's no nades to get you back in this round.
No, this
Monte
is really
in
awkward.
trouble.
Yeah, and because Waro got that kill from down towards Dark, they're holding main anyway. As to whether or not they believe Demka's there as well, doesn't seem to matter. You know, they're just watching this position because they knew there was a player at Canals, and so as he's got to be that first man in, his teammate smoked off at camera. This one is not a doable round for Monte. It should never be. Missed shot from Simple Zor, but as he goes back in, he'll nail it the second time around. And so Na'Vi take the lead at 7-6. A game that was won 6-3 in Monte's favor now swings the other way. Na'Vi are grinding out this T side. This is their 4th in a row.
Talk about threading the needle in that last late round situation. Demka was a half a second away maybe from spotting players from middle. He didn't, so he sent his teammate on a wild goose chase retake. Waro finally finds another one of these opening kills that we were talking about, putting him on 14-5. He's been definitely having a game, and I find repeating myself a lot when it comes to Anubis and this guy, and now Navi, who had the intention of playing a relatively fast-paced Counter-Strike towards A, changed their mind.
Yeah, they're just sending Ima in towards B. If he gets the kill, that only frees up Na'Vi to go for that A execute, but he again falls. He's played passive, he played aggressive. It's been the same result every time. Another 5-on-4 for Monte. Krasnal solid in Dark as well, has not given this up without taking a player with him, but Na'Vi haven't really thrown much of an execute the way of this position, so how will this fare? Bit has a nice crouched position waiting for a repeat. Krasnal wins his fight. There's the trade this time. Na'Vi needed that one.
50 seconds left, 2 players in Dark, 1 back at B main. They kind of got to commit to B. It's all they're prepared to take, and so Bro doing so much damage has stifled this plan a little bit early. Yeah. He's going to knock out Alexi. Oh, Waro just spams Bit on the plant, and now it's only Simple who's brought down over the top of that smoke. Double kill on the hold from Bro.
One way for him, and now split down the middle, looking to win the half. Double orb.
And you're left with the feeling that this is going to be a competitive game. One of the trends for Monte, as we said a couple of rounds ago, was actually usually finding most of their rounds on this CT side. So a chance for 8 as we head into round 15. Waro just survives in middle, gets out unscathed, and actually drops nades back the other way. JL with some good control in dark. He's ahead of the util. They're not sure about this, and so he gets away with the first. Quick trade from Bro, but he's now feeling the pressure. Out of main, it's Ema dead. Bro, a second kill in the round. He's boxed in, looking for Simple over in main, and he's even ready for the dark fight. Bro's on a tear, and now it's just Simple. 1v4. Round 15, so he's got to try it. Bomb on his back. He's going around the world right now. And there is one man here to try and put a stop to him. It's Demka.
Perfect position. Simple eventually will have to run. He can't walk forever at 50 seconds. And yeah, this should be, unless he clears this corner, this should be Demka kill. This should be a Monte half. Simple. This kill could be the unraveling of the round, but it's a 50-50 and Simple would have it. He finds that shot. He's got an open pathway to A.
First kill in the right direction, but a lot more miles still to cover for Simple. Samdai Young rotating in. Takes up position over at camera, watches on with the AWP. Bro is here as well. Simple with a jiggle is given the allowance to cross, but now they're out. They creep closer. Simple's got to be accurate and decisive in every one of these fights. First kill, one more man up close. Simple dead to Samdai Young as he shuts Simple down in that.
For impact in this first half, it's hard for me to argue against it. But now Simple will be on that CT side, and I'm expecting the same kind of aggression. I'm expecting the same kind of opening kills from our GOAT here. And a little bit of aggression. JL with the USP now completely caught off guard. He's going to get away with a warning. Just that.
They swing him together. He's lucky to be alive. They'll flash further in middle, but JL still has control, or at least had. Waro hits a banger off the P2 Fiddy, and Alexi B's forced to go further back. Can they find this main kill? That'll free up some control for Na'Vi as Simple finds his shot. Alexi sees them coming. Waro is just decimating right now and delivers another headshot to that GOAT.
The B-Wrap is a wild call here to go through mid and wrap it all the way through in a temple. Ema is blindsided by that, and so for Bit and Alexi, 2v4.
I think that was always the goal, to leave that open for Monte. Having a lurker on either site, right? If Demka gets away with a killer main, they can commit to an A split, but if he doesn't, you've still got Bro ready on B main to change things up in the mid round. Monte leave themselves options in that pistol round, and this is a desperate attempt for Na'Vi. They have nothing to lose in trying, except the round. Waro does fall. Alexi has a player trapped, but dead to Samdai Young, and Bit with too many targets and not enough guns. It's 9 for Monte to start off their team.
We're enticed of leaving that A side, enticed to go the other direction where they still had their lurker, which, by the way, Bro, fantastic job. He isolates the 1v1 when he needs to, and that triple stack from Na'Vi never really sees anyone. Just a little bit of a drive-by from Moro2K with the P50 asserting the dominance we were talking about. He's 17-6 here in the semifinal of Pro League.
Yeah, he's got a point to prove, I think, today. They did it against a different Na'Vi in Paris, and they look to do it against the international squad on the island of Malta.
The thing that I just can't move away from here is that, like, for Na'Vi, they are a more standard Anubis team in terms of how the sides play out, right? Like, they do the kind of bulk of their work on the T side, the Na'Vi. And so now that they're staring down the valve of the CT side and having to pull up with the Force, and now they're already a man down in the Force by... The alarm bell's certainly ready to go off here for this first map. Ema with his Deagle. He's had a bit of a rough start to this series, Ema.
One way to put it, yeah.
He's been getting shut down over towards B more often than not, especially in that first half. It was such a problem for him. It felt like he was kind of constantly having to deal with this Monte double push up B long, and here double fort down in dark. That's him dead. And Na'Vi should look to save in this 3v5.
Monte might just look to exploit that situation. They might just look to exploit Emi and the lack of confidence that he is exalting right now. Direct consequence of a relatively complicated first half. He got opportunities to push the flanks. That never really worked his way. A couple of missed spray, and now he's sitting at 5 and 14. But beyond the scoreline, you see his crosser placement right now, the movements. It's not feeling like he's having a
No,
good time.
yeah.
I can tell you physically that there is a
No,
little
I
bit
know
of doubt
exactly what you
creeping in.
mean. When you're
Get
watching
that.
someone and you can just see it's like, oh, you don't feel comfortable today.
There's
like,
a bit of the peak is not exactly clear. It's a little bit of a jiggle. You don't exactly know when to shoot. Don't get me wrong. He can come back into this game. All he would need is maybe a multi-kill here and there, one clutch to win, and suddenly the story has a different feeling, a different flavor to it.
Away from being 13-7 up, that feels almost unsalvageable for Na'Vi.
Well, if you look at it this way, that's pretty dire.
Yeah.
It's pretty dire.
Numbers get bigger, chances get smaller. Flash B peak, Alexi sees a player in a passive position. He can't get that kill, and mid is conceded on this eco. Na'Vi give away all the space, and Monte just say thanks. They grab it. Gravitate towards that A site. Stacked with 3, but I'm not worried yet. Simple gets rid of the round, and ooh, a little dink for Bit, but that should be as far as it goes, right? Right?
oh god, this could get weirder now. No HP on Bit, and he throws himself into that first fight.
This is good
JL,
timing, but
the bomb was going B. Bro realizes that would be the wrong move. Krasnal gets A.
There was a bit of a conversation because Bit had the money for an AWP and they waited for the purchases, and Simple decides to go for the other shotgun again. Thoughts, Harry?
It's one of the available options. For
It is an
Simple.
option.
It was one of the choices he could have made.
So now
And-
instead of having War opening with an AWP, you have Simple winning in cave with an XM.
Honestly, though, considering what you were just saying about how, you think Monte could look to exploit EMA a little bit, he now has a friend.
Fair point.
He now has
Is this where it's got to be now, Harry? Do we have to have Simple as a bodyguard with a shotgun in cave?
No, I know. I mean, it's not how anyone would want him, right? But that's where he is. That's what he's doing.
Kevin Costner.
And
with a shotgun
here
in
he
here.
goes. He's about to get it. He's about to get a challenge. Oh god. Okay.
yeah.
It's fine. It's not spreading yet, and they've replied with a Molotov of their own. And now Monte are leaving. Monte are leaving, and so the shotgun won't get to play into it for Na'Vi.
This is the issue with this purchase, right? Like, obviously, it's fine if they come your way. You're probably going to churn through a couple. But if Monte go and exec right now, Simple's going to be left out of the round. He has to flank. He has to hope Young doesn't come back to window. He needs to find a gun that's dropped, and maybe Bit can do that for him.
One out of Bit. Second player up close is JL. He's got to keep this under wraps. Good double, but down to the USP. Can't rein Demka in. 1 versus 3 for Demka. And he will be allowed to plant this bomb.
I'm scared.
Na'Vi, the round's not done yet. The round's not over. JL and Bit, you think they've done enough here. But can Demka upset everyone in the room? Spots the player back at main, and Simple will
check the first kill is for free, and then he's got a good adjustment on the second one. Monte had the possibility to go for a pincer move. They really put most of their eggs on that A main basket, and it was very welcomed by Na'Vi, who had the right setup at the right time. And unfortunately, we won't get to see any shotgun action.
Yeah, unfortunate,
It
right?
does feel bad. I had hopes and dreams.
Well, he fired it. He fired 1 bullet.
Did he now?
Yeah, he fired 1 bullet on that flank, and then he traded off it. Does that count?
It does count.
Does it
The
tickle
gun
your
was
fancy?
used.
The
No.
gun was used.
No, my fantasy is not satisfied at all.
Well, maybe there's always later. We got a whole series here in our semi-final. We got a potential 3-mapper. We got Nuke to close, Mirage to follow up here.
The
We got a
aggression coming in.
B-flash.
Monte did that a couple times on their CT side, and they always found Ime. We'll see if Bro can handle it better.
Oh,
The second
great
flash is
follow-up.
perfect, and now that's a little bit of revenge. The sweet taste in Ime's mouth, finding that flank position. We see the defense is already shifting quite quickly. Na'Vi struggle to deal with these positions, deal with these situations. How can Monte puzzle that one out?
Oh, no. Do they know?
Oh,
No,
that-
I didn't see that. Oh,
Oh my god, Bit is really
making
trying
it
to give
easy.
them all the hints in the world, but a flash and a main, and they're holding for him. 4v4 given over. JL waits in behind default, sees them on the cross. There's a gap in this smoke, but he only gets out with 1 kill. Is that going to be enough? Is 1 enough for JL
Wow.
in mid? EMA with another kill. Finally on the
team
scene,
flash.
on the
Team
screen, but a
flash.
team flash from EMA.
wrecks World 2K with the AWP, who was dead set up on it and finishes the clutch. Triple kill for Ime. What a time it would be for him to come back alive after he'd been such an easy frag to find. But it's now around 21 and a whole lot of story yet to be written.
Oh, aggression. Navi is starting to feel it now.
And it's Ema, the one to aggress.
Go on, lad.
Look at how he's growing here. The push-up, gonna net him 1, 2, any more for Ema?
He's back.
He's more than content with this already. If he can get out now in a 5-on-3, he's done all he had to and then some in the round.
Still
And so this begs the question, within a late activation out of Ema, if he gets switched back online, as he now rises up through the scoreboard, do Na'Vi have more fight left in them?
Can't deny it. And there's no way this round can get interesting for Monte. Low health, sure they have smokes and flashes, but there's 3 stronger B. Full belt for Emo, we've got Alexi ready to receive, and that's the one player with HP gone. So this is double digits now for Na'Vi. Simple's playing ahead of the smoke. Bomb is round the corner, and round is round the corner as well for Na'Vi. Warrior just has to hand it over.
War is just trying to find 1 kill.
And dude, I mean,
Constellation.
if Na'Vi are able to pull this back on the CT half, like, you know, I know we're still a ways away from that. Like, they literally haven't even tied the game up yet, so I'm not getting ahead of myself. But if they do manage to pull this back...
Cooperative team. Everyone's making suggestions. Everyone's calling for flashes. I think everyone has their say.
Well, now they have to cooperate, and they have to realize that Na'Vi has been giving them the red carpet towards middle most of these rounds. As we can see it right now, it's just JL. He's playing from the camera position. He's got, of course, Bit by his side on A, but the triple stack is firmly towards Cave and or B main. This has been the Na'Vi modus operandi so far on this map, and Monte have struggled to make the most out of that position. So now we see SDY sort of leading the charge, but the change of pace comes in. JL is going to get flashed in from Simple. That's a guaranteed kill onto SDY.
JL never afraid to get involved, is he? Resmoke comes in middle. He's going to bound out of there in time. It's held Monte back. They cannot commit. They've got to drop back and perhaps go for this A split. Bomb's peeling out, though. So is Emo, who has still full util. He gets spotted and forced to Molotov, buying more and more time at the 60-second mark. And there is almost no more util for an exec here on Monte. Smoke Molly. And that's on Bro outside of the B site, so maybe he fakes things as Monte go for a fairly dry A execute, but I say execute, it's all in the gunfights, it's all on Bit.
He's got a lot to do here. And last time we saw him here, he got kind of wrecked, so...
Oh, good timing.
Good timing on that smoke in. Bit goes swinging. JL helps him, but
no.
Waro, that is a wild opener. Runs the smoke. Doesn't elect to plant. Instead going to take space. Going to leave the bomb plant down to Bro. That's the last thing Na'Vi are expecting. Oh, but the bomb could get caught crossing. Instead, it's Bro doming Simple. And that kill would have really complicated the round. That would have made it Na'Vi's, but instead it goes the other way. And now it's just Ema. Over the last few rounds, we've seen him get reactivated, switch back on here. And this 1v2, if he could close it out for Na'Vi, would bring them back in, tying up the game.
Oh,
not meant to be.
Wow.
Bro with a second
move on Anubis, pushing the envelope, knowing that you have a moment, a window of opportunity where your opponent is not expecting any kind of aggression. That was beautiful for Moro 2K, but this could all be for naught. Round 23, Na'Vi is still in this game, and they have an AWP on Simple. It's finally happening.
It's so back and forth, this game. It's been all over the place. Simple's set up something on top of a boost over the smoke, and they jump through it. They find out the hard way. He's back in Temple. He's back for more, but that might be his undoing. Demka with a kill, and they have the sight with smokes down while there was a gap there for a moment for Na'Vi. This is now a very difficult retake. Alexi's going to get it churning, though, as he takes 2 out with the SMG and pull his team back from the save. Are they convinced? Are they committed with no kit in a 2v2?
If they go for this and come up short, if Na'Vi can't close this out, they are broken. They lose everything. They live and die by this round, and so it's important they can close it. Bit does exactly that. Swinging out through the Temple. He's a godsend to Na'Vi. 11 rounds found as that 2v2 goes their way, and it's spearheaded by Alexi.
Yeah.
Throws himself in on the MP9. He gets a little sound cue from the Molly.
But not only has he been learning the language, learning the lessons, he's also been performing fantastically. And that is Monte broken.
2 MAC-10s.
Yeah.
2 MAC-10s. Surely we have the AWP from Moro, and I'm expecting him to be put to the test early on. Simple is as if he was tasting where the next fight was going to be. There is a metaphorical and soon to be physical duel happening towards middle. SDY has been pushed first with the MAC-10. Simple's missed opportunity and information being displayed as well. You know the AWP was here, so maybe you put down that smoke. It's kind of a smoke screen. You go back towards a different position, which is exactly what SDY is looking to do.
It's that seesaw. Monte trying to drag Na'Vi back and forth, burn util, make them gamble, make them make a mistake. This looks like it will end on the B-bomb side, but A main is occupied for a moment, and now Na'Vi have stacked 3 players in this position. They've even left B to the sole devices of Ema. Sure, he's got nades, but this should be a trade down in dog. Getting a double kill here is not easy.
He's alone.
He's got to nail it, and he's dead immediately. Demka set up by Krasnal on that jump peak. Alexi takes an extra second on the util, and that might betray Na'Vi. Simple and Bit with a kill apiece. Leave it even. Simple set up, but the bomb is thrown in. Misses his chance on the wallbang. It's Bit from Dark trying to deliver. Only 1 kill from him. It's got to be Simple in the clutch. Just Krasnal left to beat, and Simple will do it. He finally gets one.
It's a 3-on-5 as well. Double entry from Demka into the B side from Dark with the Ema caught for nothing on that jump, and Alexi playing with nades, and still Na'Vi find a way. That's back-to-back impossible rounds won by Na'Vi.
Exactly. They bend, but they don't break. Na'Vi should have been dead and out already now 2 rounds in a row in a post-plan situation against them, and Monte are not able to convert. This is going to hurt massively. We're looking at a 12-12 scoreline with Monte probably full of regrets right now, of doubts. Why are we not converting these rounds? We've been given the opening kill twice, in fact, and I cannot believe we're looking at 12-12.
Now they get farmed. Pick up a freebie in a goodie bag, take it home.
Yeah, I think if anything at this point, you don't want this round to be any more expensive than it already is, right? It's just the 1 kill, but it's like don't risk any more resources here. You want to try and keep this clean. Na'Vi need money with how these last few rounds have gone, coming down to a simple 1v2 in the last round. Before that, a 2v2. Their money is not established yet, and so this round has got to be clean. Luckily enough, it's looking pretty good for that to be the case, but Waro is complicating matters. He knows that Bit is here somewhere. Gonna go looking for him up in the heavens. Bit's not giving this up for free, and he'll drop out that last man. Bit keep.
They had map 1 in the bag.
They did, but it still happened, and they still saved it at the brink of defeat. We were ready to write them off. We thought the favorite would come alive on the comfortable map with the big win streak, and still Monte broke through. So if they can do it not once but twice, they once again prove their grit. However, don't get me wrong, I'm doubting as well, but that's how it always begins. Don't get ahead of yourself, Na'Vi. Bit close main. They could line up here. They've got to be awfully careful. Molly forces him to fall back a little bit, but he realizes he still has room behind the red. Flash is good. Bit's dead, surely, but he escapes with his life, and support comes from Simple. Now AWPing on the A side for a change. This is the right time to do it, but Monte don't seem convinced.
Yeah, walk out mid for some Young. And now he's got teammates joining him. That bomb even in tow on the back of Waro 2K. Na'Vi tiptoeing out into middle, and Sam Young could get rewarded for all this patience. Oh God, he just looks away. He just looks away. Bit will get spammed out in response. Bro with a crazy trade in middle. 4v4. Pressure is on now. Monte, are they going to crumble or are they up to the task? Out through main. Simple gets rid of Krasnal. They're splitting this through the camera. Simple can't keep his eye on both these spots. Surely one more from Simple's AWP. They're planting the bomb. He's still raining down death from above. Simple, last man to find. It's Waro 2K up into the heavens now. And Alexi deals with him jumping. Na'Vi.
Yeah. He had the cape of invisibility. That's what happened right there. Nobody could see him. and 21 kills. Simple, who had a relatively quiet start by his standards in the first half, is now coming alive in the moments that matter the most here in the semi-final.
Warriors only had a few kills in the second half. He was the quintessential impact AWPer in that CT side.
Dude, what's been really reassuring here for Na'Vi, it's Simple and Bit. This duo who have been burned by Monte back in Paris, the duo who kind of have the point to prove in this matchup, are the ones delivering for Na'Vi, and that's exactly what you want to see.
One of the few favorites who haven't been upset so far in this tournament, right? Sure, Na'Vi are a new team. We're still undecided where they rate, where they rank, but holding it together against rosters that, you know, have caused upsets like Eternal Fire, who made the glory run. Monte taking down Vitality. Right now, Na'Vi are on the precipice of stealing their opponent's map pick, but it's not done yet. Another rifle round, another A main crawl, but look who's rotating in.
Moving around on that rotate, but might not even be needed. JL and Bit farm up the kills in main, and Simple is here just in time. Sumdai Young in the 1v3, and he's desperately looking for a route to do this. Na'Vi are not going to give it to him easily. Tap on the bomb again, but it only brings them closer. They're now in the site with him. Sumdai Young is surrounded. Not a hope in hell. Desperately looking for that kill to tip the scales, and it's never provided. Na'Vi do not give him...
Well, worth keeping in mind. So Na'Vi have been on the back foot the entire matchup.
The first line of defense that did an incredible job here. JL and Bit biding time for Simple to come help them. 3 for 2, you couldn't ask for more. And now a stack up for Na'Vi, and a full Monte execute is about to send it. We have 3 cities. We have 8 players bunched up on that B side. It could all be over in 20 seconds.
It's so desperate. It's all Monte has, throwing himself through the smoke with Mac 10s and just trying to run right. Alexi does fall after only 1, and Simple's smoked out. So this could get weird for a second. JL comes through the Temple util, and he's putting it to bed on his back, in his backpack, and it's just Warro on 18 health. Na'Vi, a serious contender here at ESL Pro League, and they are ready to take their opponent's map in this semi-final.
They smoked off Warro. He's got to just spam and pray, spam and pray. Nades in a main. They whittle him down, and they'll spam him out. JL to close, and Na'Vi on their CT side of Anubis do